Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
You're here with Vybe and
H.E.R.R Brooks.
and we're wearing Bossy Chicks Only. And where can you get it from?
On Instagram, BCO Apparel, Facebook, Bossy Chicks Only. If you want to get in with this vibe from her vibes,
Shop.
you will shop
Bossy
Bossy
Chicks
Chicks
Only.
Only. And they have women apparel, men's apparel, and something coming for the kids. And the springtime is coming, so you want to get fly like us. Catch the vibe.
Catch a vibe.
7 Mile Radio.
Hey, it's Diva, and I'm just here to let you know to make sure that you shop magicalwink.com, which is a mink lash and women's accessory online store. You can also follow us on Instagram at magicalwink, and you can also follow us on Facebook at magicalwink.
Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday.
Self-care Sunday.
Yes, and this is Yanni.
And Diva.
And where everybody needs to be on a Sunday? Her vibe.
Her vibe. Catch
Are
a
you
vibe.
tuned in? Because this is a vibe. Yep. I've been singing in the studio. You see how fine we look today?
We about to stop. We about to
Listen,
have a
hold
record
on,
deal
y'all.
today.
Hold on. I'm sorry. We're about to talk about some heavy stuff, but wait, before we get into that, you see how fine me and Diva look today? We
Period.
Fine.
Period.
Mark,
fine Sunday.
Mark had to take a picture. He like, listen.
It's fine Sunday.
Cause what? Well,
Period.
how y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Y'all already live with us, catching this vibe. What we talking about today?
We are talking about let kids be kids, sexualizing children. We just gonna talk about that. It's gonna be touchy, and y'all gonna have your own opinions. But
Oh boy,
I mean,
it wouldn't be our show if we didn't bring.
we got to. We have to talk about stuff that affects our community, and we gotta not just be like, oh, we just not gonna talk about the heavy stuff. We just gonna talk about all the light and love. Like, we gotta talk about everything. And I'm sure that it's a lot of parents that's gonna feel how we feel. But before we get into our topic, we gotta shout out the Inner Circle Winery, because that's what we sipping today. And we are drinking Summer Rose.
That's the flavor of the wine that we have.
Yes,
Inner
Summer
City,
Rose.
Inner Circle. I always say Inner City. Inner Circle Winery is actually a Detroit-based, black-owned winery.
One time for the black on.
Period.
Black-owned winery is owned by a sister.
And I
out
haven't
of
even
Detroit.
had none yet, and
So
I'm
we about to
feeling
taste
this
it.
vibe.
We're about to taste it right
We
now,
about to
on
taste it.
air.
Oh wait. Did you
Did
bring
you-
some?
did she
I didn't
record
get
on
me
it?
none. Yeah, let me get some.
You gotta
My
do like
good
this.
sis.
You gotta take a deep
You gotta
breath.
take the.
You gotta.
You
gotta
inhale,
whiff it.
and then you spin it around and look at it. I don't know what
We
we
don't
look,
have no wine glasses.
I don't know what we looking for, but we
Yeah,
gonna
we
spin
don't
it.
have the wine glasses.
There's
but we-
nothing in here, you guys.
It's a really very robust color.
It's a little blush. It's blush.
Okay, and then
And
we're gonna
then
taste.
We're gonna. Ooh. Very, very sweet. It's a fruity blend.
It's definitely giving sweet.
It's definitely giving this fruity blend.
It tastes summer rose. I do taste. I think
Yes,
I
it
taste
tastes like
strawberry.
summer. It tastes like you sitting, on the back porch drinking this with your homegirls, talking
Period.
that shit. Yeah.
And that's what
This
we're about
is
to
definitely some random ratchetness one.
do. We gonna sip one.
This gonna
and
start
kick it
at
with her
healing
vibe.
energy, and then this will turn into random ratchet after you get to the end of the bottle. It's like, cause it's 16%.
Yes, it's 16%.
That's
That turns into that
one.
random ratchetness.
Ooh. How you liking it,
I
Mark?
like it.
Cause you
I
over there
like it.
just.
I like it.
You ain't got nothing to say. You like it?
I'm letting y'all talk
And I
about
like
it.
the, so I'm more of a fruity wine person.
Mm-hmm.
I like a sweet wine. So this. I'm feeling this.
I'm
So
feeling
make
this.
sure.
I
Let me
like
show y'all
this.
the bottle one more time.
And it's black on.
Inner Circle. I'm about to say City Soup. Inner Circle Winery, black on. Make sure y'all go cop.
And you said it's a black young lady.
And she also
okay.
have. So she did have other wines to taste over there, and some of them are CBD infused. This one isn't, but it is still 16% by volume. We're gonna see what we feeling like at the end of the
But
show.
I
Bring
think
out
we
the
should
random
definitely
ratchetness in
get
you.
the tall one. She has to get the tall one with the CBD.
I think she do have a tall one with CBD. I think those she just did us those because they were samples.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, next month we're gonna
yeah.
keep a load of those every month. So we'll have some.
Well, yes,
some CBD.
yes,
So we're
yes,
gonna
yes.
be on her.
I'm starting to
catching
taste
the
the alcohol in it, like and the aftertaste of it, though. I definitely taste the.
vibe. So it went down
You
like
sure that wasn't
healing
that
it.
Grey Goose? You sure that wasn't
No,
that
I
Grey
didn't even
Goose?
have no. It wasn't the goose.
It wasn't the
I
goose.
didn't have
It
the goose.
wasn't
I
the
didn't have
goose.
No.
All right.
It
And
went
you
down
didn't
like
have-
healing energy, and then it tastes like a little random wretchedness.
Yeah, there's a random
Look,
random ratchet aftertaste.
Ah, there it is.
My nigga right there.
Y'all is silly. Okay, so we are talking about sexualizing children. I don't know if anybody else has had an issue with this or if this has been a problem for them, but have y'all noticed how much sexualization in shows, and I'm not just talking about like sitcoms, I'm talking about cartoons and stuff. Have y'all noticed that they like sexualizing children a lot in shows? Like they have changed the narrative. I remember when, being a kid was just being a kid. Like it was colorful and funny, and now it's more like you gotta pick what your sexual preferences at a young age. So what happened to catch my attention, a few weeks ago I was scrolling on Facebook and a link popped up for a book called The Gay BCs.
Not the ABCs.
The Gay BCs. And so I did my research because it is 2 books named The Gay BCs. One book was written, when I went to research the books, one book did say in the description that it was written for adults. And that book was published in 2018. And then the other book said it was published in 2019 and it was for kids of all ages.
Why they up it? Or like, why they up it from 2018 to 2019?
These
What
are
happened
two.
with-
No. These
Oh,
are two different authors.
people. Okay.
So the person that wrote the book that's red is a different author, and that book was written for a grown up. The book that has a white background, instead of ABCs, was written for kids of all ages, and these are two different authors. And my thing was, it just seemed to be like, why are you? Because what age do you learn the ABCs? Right, you learn the ABCs what? From one on up to 5.
1, yeah.
1 to 5, you learn the ABCs. So my thing is, why is it? And the book goes through and it's like A for this, and they got N for non-binary, L for lesbian, Q for queer, C for coming out the closet. Like these are children, ages 1 through 5. The only closet they gonna be in is playing hide and seek.
Why are we giving them slang? Like, why are we normalizing teaching kids the gay
ABC
slang?
They don't even
Gay
make sense to me.
terminology.
Yes.
Period. Gay term.
Like,
why
what?
we're sexualizing
Why?
everything that has to do with kids
'Cause
and
why does that
implementing
need to
sex
be a
into
thing?
it.
Why do kids need to know what a lesbian is, or what coming out the closet is, or what non-binary is at the ages of 1 through 5? When you just learn how to say the ABCs, why do we need to be teaching them how to define sexuality or their sexuality? It's giving predator. It's giving prey.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how they literally, I don't feel like we enforce heterosexuality. Like, we don't have to,
You don't have to yell it from the mountaintops.
You're straight, you're this, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to,
So
There's
but
no, like,
the
why
whole-
is there pride behind sexuality in the first
right.
place?
And then I just feel like, so then when you get on homosexuality, like, I understand y'all, it's different struggles behind it and this, that, and the third. But Lord, why do we have to give this to the kids? The kids don't need to pick a struggle when it comes to that. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Kids gotta be kids or whatever. And then I feel like every time you get in these kind of discussions and you're talking to somebody who is homosexuality, who's defending, they're so defensive that they sit up there and be like, well, y'all making it sexual.
Well, I
We're
haven't
not.
had that. So the thing about it is the gay community or the gay friends that I have
Right.
kind of feel like the same way I feel, even though they are,
Yeah, and
they
I got
feel
some
like it
gay
shouldn't
friends
be
that's like that too.
pressed on
Like,
children. Like, yeah, okay, if that's who you are and that's what you are, that's fine. But why are we trying to teach kids to be that way? Like, at 1 through 5, you're basically setting, kids are sponges. They absorb any and everything. So at 1 through 5, you're teaching them to identify as non-binary or be a lesbian or come out the closet. They don't even understand what that means. So not only is it taken away from the fact that you got to explain what the ABCs is, now you have to explain what the meanings of the words are. It's like, your kids don't know what coming out. They don't even know
But this is
who they are as a kid.
This is the thing, and it's like when kids are growing up, we are teaching them the ABCs, right? We're teaching them the regular ABCs. It's nothing sexual to that. But when you start teaching the gay BCs and you start teaching that type of terminology and you speaking of a lesbian, then you have to go into the detail. Okay, so what's a lesbian? You know, like,
right? Because why do we
you
have to say that?
You know what I'm saying? My thing is, when I'm teaching ABCs, we're teaching apple, ball, car, cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going so deep into what you are or how you feel internally sexually.
You're not putting
and this,
a
that,
sexual
and the third.
theme.
It's like,
You're not
I don't
theming the
get
ABC.
that.
Why are you putting a
I don't
sexual
even
theme to
exactly.
the ABC?
How
I
are
don't
you
get
so
that.
busy
You know
trying
how-
to teach children their sexuality and they don't even understand what being a boy is or being a girl is yet? They're just coming, like they just coming into the world.
Like, everything doesn't need a flavor,
And
a
then
theme.
I don't understand the fact that now, like, people are taking their time with gender, you know, picking what gender your kid is when they're born. Like,
Yeah.
how are you telling me, oh, they're gender fluid, so therefore that we're not going to call them a boy or a girl?
Like that makes no
Listen.
sense to me.
When you come out with a penis, boy. Cootie
Come-
cat, girl.
The end.
The end.
And that's the thing. It's more
The
so.
end.
I identify as identifying. Kids can identify as a damn turtle. Do that mean you about to let them be a turtle for a week?
My kid identified as a race car, so my kid gonna be a motherfucking race car this week.
Right. So that means if my kid identifies as a puppy, I'm gonna start feeding them dog food this week because I want to make them
he's-
comfortable
right,
in their
'cause he's sitting
identification of
there
their.
barking and shit.
Like, kids don't know what they want to be. They change their mind every 5 minutes.
Kids gravitate to whatever you put into them
Boom.
majority of the time. Like,
That's the
what
thing.
they're gonna do or whatever. Like, whatever they're around and whatever they see, this is normally the path that they follow. So if you putting all this emphasis on gay, homosexuality, all this non-binary, binary, if you put an emphasis on that, the kid picks up on it, and then they go with that. At the end of the day, this new culture of things, it's so different.
And I'm not saying
We
'cause
didn't.
if
we
you
didn't have to
choose
go
to
through all
be
this as kids.
homosexual, that's your preference. There's nothing wrong. If that's what you want to do, or that's what floats your boat, float it. My thing is, why are we preying on children to make them something? Because kids become what they see or hear. So why are we trying to make kids be gay or be non-binary or understand what transgender? Like, they don't even understand how to be a boy or a girl yet. So we already ready for them to change their sexuality.
But see, that's the thing. They don't even nowadays. They don't even want to pick their sex, like their actual sex, boy or girl. They're not picking that. They
Like, you're born
we're
as a woman or a
we're
man.
gonna let the child pick their sex when they get. Why are
And
you
that
giving the
creates
child
confusion.
all this power and they don't know nothing?
They still need permission
Yes.
to get cookies, candy, Kool-Aid.
No,
But they can
are
have the freedom
gender
to
fluid.
pick what they want to identify as. Oh, I want to be a boy, but you don't even know that. But you don't want to eat your broccoli either, so you don't have to eat your broccoli, and you can be a boy.
You can be, you're a whole girl. I can see that you're a girl, but you're gonna be a boy today, and then you're gonna like girls.
Cause that's
And that's
crazy.
that's what you can do at 4 years old.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I feel
don't get
like
it.
we as parents, we set the mold. So it's another book that was that I did a lot of research. I looked up a whole lot of books. Okay, so the other book is called Jacob Wears a Dress, and that book was actually written by two parents who actually have a son who they based their book off of. And the thing was, they said their son at 5 years old identified as a girl and he wanted to wear dresses, and those parents allowed him to wear dresses. That book has also been banned on the ALA, and I did watch an interview of them, and they kind of was like proud of being banned because they're like, we're speaking of our son. But I just feel like you got to have a boundary on how much limits you give your kids, because it's one thing for kids to be like, oh, I want to dye my hair red at 14, 15 years old, and to be like, at 5, I want to wear a dress. That's not for you to go and say, hey, yeah, you can wear a dress. That's for you to let them know that, you're a boy and boys don't wear dresses. Now, at 17, if you still decide that you're a boy and you want to wear a dress, that's a whole nother conversation because you're at a different level and your brain capacity is at a different mind frame. You 17, you're not 5. You letting a 5-year-old tell you want to wear a dress and you're like, okay, go ahead.
Right. I mean, it's just like that it's just too much freedom on kids these days or whatever. Like, so much freedom with, okay, yeah, you can wear a dress if you want to dress at 5, or how do you know, like, you might change your feelings, but if this is all you're giving them, you're only giving them that side or whatever, you're promoting this,
And like you said,
they're going to choose what they're going to gravitate towards, whatever their parents want them
quiet
to
as
do.
it's kept. I know a whole lot of gay people that came from 2-parent households. Like, they didn't come from seeing gay things happen in front of them to make them want to be gay. So I don't understand what the agenda is or what the whole method is to put it everywhere. And it's in cartoons. It's a cartoon with a 2 male parent household.
Maybe it's a little population control, because you can't procreate
With same
with
sex.
the same sex.
You cannot.
So my thing is, that's probably why it's like, it's crazy. It's just so many secret hidden agendas, like, you know what I'm saying, with this world. And I just feel like the way that they promoting homosexuality, like, over everything, it's like, it's,
It ain't just.
it's us, it's them
just,
against
it
everything.
ain't even just. I don't want it to be like I'm
And-
targeting the
and
homosexual
and
race
I'm not,
or the
and I'm not.
LGBTQ, because it's not just homosexuality.
It's the fact that
it's
they're
sexualizing
putting that
them
on the
period.
kids. Right.
It's sexualization.
That's the thing.
Period. Because everything you turn on, every and anything is sex. It's sex. It's just everywhere.
Heterosexual sex shouldn't be pushed and introduced to the kids either.
No.
Just like how we have a lot of subliminal messages and theatrics, I'll say that, in the cartoons, that's hidden in the cartoons that are heterosexual. They're very, very sexual, but they're heterosexual, and that's still inappropriate
And
when
it's
it comes
crazy
to
to me
kids.
because as a
And
grown
it-
up, you see stuff that you used to watch as a kid.
And
You're like, that was a grown up joke.
"Whoa."
Right.
That wasn't for me at 7,
Yeah.
8. That was for my mama to get that. I wasn't supposed to get that.
Right.
But it's on the kids'
It's on
programming.
the kids program. And then even like in the kids programming now, it's like they always in programming period. They always add an extra, gay couple. An extra, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like,
nowadays,
why is
there
it
can't
in
be a TV show without some kind of gay plot
Yeah, so
twist,
they-
some kind of gay
just
character
like
or something.
they turned Ashley gay
Yeah,
on
they did.
Bel Air.
Oh, my
They
Why
did
would you
make
tu-
Ashley gay.
Why would you
And-
turn Ashley gay?
Because everything now has to have the vision of it including them, or it's going to be seen as wrong.
Yeah, but that's the
Because
thing.
you don't have
It's
you're
nothing
not-
But
wrong
it's
with
not.
including
Nobody's
them,
trying to
but
be
it can it be
excluding.
did
But
a
why are
certain
we?
way.
Why
Like
are we overpopulating the situation?
my daughter was
with it?
watching. I used to read the Babysitter Club's book. That was my thing back in school. I was a nerd. I liked books, so I used to read the Babysitter's Club. So Netflix came out with a program called the Babysitter's Club, and me and my daughter were like, oh, we about to get into this. I'm like, she loved to watch anything that I did when I was a kid. So I'm like, cool, we about to watch this. We watching it, and we get to maybe the 5th episode, and it's like these 2 girls are at lunch, and the girl is telling her friend like, yeah, well, my dad left my mom for a man. And I'm just like, that had nothing to do with the plot of the Babysitters Club. Like the grown up stuff that was going on had nothing to do with the kids. Like, why did it have to be incorporated into the show? And then they had, I think it was like a little boy on the show that he had a closet full of dresses. He had a closet full of boy clothes, but then he had a closet full of dresses, and he never wanted to wear his boy clothes, and he wanted to be called like a girl name or something on the show. And I'm like, that wasn't none of the books I read. That wasn't. So why are we
They are
recreating?
creating their own narratives.
Like,
with
we
this
just
stuff.
changing
Like
stories
Yeah. Pretty
It's
much.
suggestive programming, right? Now people will say, because
That
I've had
part,
this
suggestive.
I've had this conversation before, and people are going to say, "Oh, well, kids are going to experience it when they grow up. They're going to experience it."
So let
It's the
them
way-
experience
Let
it
them
when they
grow
grow
up.
up.
Right?
Let
so,
them grow
so
up.
what they're doing is
Can I
you're
get
feeding
a
them. You're giving.
refill?
Look at you. Look at you.
Can I get a refill? Keep talking about it.
We listening.
Now you're getting your refill. No, but that's the thing. Like we shouldn't. You made me lose my train of thought.
Inner
Michelle.
Circle Winery. She should have me on a commercial. Inner Circle Winery.
She needs a commercial, so you want to make it for her?
Yes.
You wanna make
Yes,
her
we
commercial?
And I'm
need
gonna
to
be
make
fly.
a commercial.
I'm gonna be fly just
All
like
right.
that.
Well, we'll work on it after the show.
Like,
But
hey,
anyway,
girl. In the comments, not to throw you up, but in the comments, Deborah said our gender was assigned by God, and he was not confused. I thank you,
You see
Deborah.
what I'm saying? So that's okay. I can expound on that point though. Is it
Do
not
it.
disrespectful to God for Him to have made us one way and to say, you know what, that's not what I am.
How do you get to choose what you want to be when God already made that decision for you?
My thing is this: we got.
Now they're gonna bring up hormones. They're gonna say, "Well, you don't understand hormone dysmorphia or some shit that people are
then
going
they're
at
gonna
us
bring
for this
up,
shit.
you know,
Y'all
God
wanna
didn't bring us
identify
here
as-
and this, that, and the third.
Y'all
They're gonna bring up
wanna-
that too.
We supposed to be able to identify as what we want, and then y'all supposed to be. So the thing is, you can identify as what you want, and then whoever has to respect what I identify as. Okay, so I identify as a rich queen. So from now on, I want you to call me Queen T, and every time I walk in the bank, give me all the money because that's what I identify as a rich person. I need the money.
That's what I said. You know what I mean? I'm trans financial, right? So
I'm
since
trans
I
financial.
identify,
My pronouns are cash out.
Cash, yep.
I identify as
Run
a
me my money.
treat me like the billionaire that I identify as. You know what I'm saying? When I walk into the bank with this $100, put
Listen,
the
ice
other
me
zeros
out.
on there.
Ice me out. That's what I say.
So the
Ice
book
me
that
out.
came out, that Jacob Has a Dress book, it did get banned because I guess they felt like it was too much. And we talk about shows. So Disney just had a show come out called Turning Red.
Okay, let's not forget that, you know, the founder of Disney is like a sexual predator.
We did
Oh,
find
yeah,
it
Walt
out.
Disney.
We
Walt
definitely found that out.
Disney is
But what
definitely-
I'm about to say don't
Let's
got
not
nothing to do
forget.
with that.
Okay,
Because
okay.
what happened was they came out with this Turning Red movie, and it was about a 13-year-old girl who she turned into a panda. But the deeper meaning of the movie was that at 13 she got her period, and she was going through all these changes. Now the movie I watched it twice because after I heard it was about her period. I'm like, I didn't even catch that the first time, and I'm a grown up, so I watched it twice. And it wasn't nothing really too sexual. It wasn't over. These people were in an uproar about this movie. It's a whole article about people bashing this movie, saying it was too mature for kids. But at 13 years old, most girls are going through puberty and do get their period, and they said it in a cute way. It wasn't blatant and disrespectful. But y'all are the same people who are okay with them changing the Cinderella story and making the fairy godmother a whole ass man. Make it make sense.
The inclusion. They have to be included.
Y'all mad about her talking about something that's naturally gonna happen. Women get periods. That's a natural thing that's gonna
You
happen.
know what? Since you said that, funny little thing. So I seen a meme that said, "Do not make periods gender specific."
Boys can't bleed
At the end of the day, until a man can bleed for
and
7 days,
until he could push a baby out his penis. Stop talking to me.
Well, we can bleed. Let's be specific. Until we
no.
bleed every
No,
month from our
no,
genitals.
No.
right?
If you could bleed from your
Genitals every month.
every
And you can
month,
produce a life?
and you can
Holla at me.
You can produce a life. You can have what is it? What do we go through? Cramps, migraines, hormones, bloating. Help me out. Fibroids. Yeah, until a man can have all
Menopause.
those things, menopause. Let's
But
you
see,
know,
here's the thing
hormone
about-
problems.
Here's the thing. Y'all are speaking to all of the, and I understand, right, because y'all are women, but y'all speaking to all of the problems that women have. Women have a lot of good attributes.
No.
that men-
What I'm saying is, it was specific to that
They were
point.
saying
They
don't
were saying
make a
don't
period
make a
gender-
period
Okay,
gender
right, we're talking about the
specific.
period. Yeah.
My thing is,
How can we
until
not?
There's
y'all
much more
can
to the
do
period
that.
and shit
Yes.
than just bleeding, right? So
Yes, it's much more to the period. And at the end of the day, whatever, how can we not? Like, I want to see a
I
man
don't
on his
understand
period
how you
then.
can't make it gender
I want to see
specific
y'all
and-
on your period.
You know what?
Even
We're
a
not- wait,
trans man can't get on his
here's the
period.
answer
Like,
to-
if a
Period.
transsexual
Here's
who
the
turns
answer
from a
to
man
that.
to a woman
Cannot
cannot have a
bleed.
period or
'Cause
make
he
a
does
baby.
not have a uterus.
Stop it, boo.
we're not
Stop
making
it.
periods gender specific. God did that already.
Okay, so
Right,
what are they
it's
talking
set
about?
up in our bodies.
That's how it goes.
That makes no sense.
That's like saying making
Like
penis
what?
gender. Like I mean, we didn't do that. That's the way, and it's crazy
don't
because
even
okay,
want a penis.
even
No, thank you.
if that's how you feel about yourself, right?
Why would you want that?
I don't
I'm
want
a
to
girl. I like being a
So,
girl.
but why would you want that?
Would you like some boobs, Mark?
I would not. I don't even know why I have nipples, let alone boobs.
Listen,
Why do I have nipples?
You
I
don't want these
want 'em.
boobs. You get big back problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a lot.
You gotta wear
I
a
don't
bra.
want no.
Well,
I
they
hate
gotta wear a bra. I
bras.
don't wear bras, but other people gotta wear bras.
Fucking bitch. You
Not
see
at
that?
all.
You see that?
Not never wearing one. My boobs went down,
my
and I
boobs
said
are
no
still
bras
cute.
around.
Listen here. Don't nobody give a damn. And I be at Lane Bryant. And
It be girls coming to my job buying triple D's, triple E's. I'm like, girl,
listen here.
feel
Itty
sorry
bitty
for
titty
you.
committee.
and I'm
Ain't
probably
nobody got time
I'm probably
for
a
your
C cup, but I
itty
still ain't putting the
bitty
bra on.
committee. Okay? Listen, I'm trying to get mine reduced so I can be around her just hanging.
Y'all better catch
See,
up.
how do we go
Hello.
from kids to titties? That's what I'm trying to
Okay, let's
figure
get
out.
back to sexualizing
Okay,
children.
because right.
titties,
I guess we
Kids
fed the
feed
kids.
They're wow.
titties
Good
are
segue.
not. Listen.
The titties feed the kids.
The
Period.
titties fed the kids. But we shouldn't have titties in kids programming.
And that's another thing.
it.
They be so upset if a breastfeeding mom shows her boob.
Oh, don't let the breastfeeding mom be feeding her
That's bad.
baby in the
But
middle
it's
of
okay
public.
to make a book to tell your children that the gay BCs are the alphabet.
It's okay
Yes.
to teach your children about anal sex in elementary school,
Come on now.
but you can't.
What happens if not
They
talking about?
said
They
that
said no
it's
religion
sexual-
and no
they
sex
start-
in school.
they are
What happens to
starting,
that?
No. They are starting sexual education as early as 3rd grade. And
That's
third
what I'm
grade,
saying.
if
Why?
I recall, I want to say 3rd
wasn't
graders
thinking
are
about
like
sex.
8 years old.
They are.
So why the hell? My daughter is 10, and no, we're not talking
We're
about
not talking
that.
about that.
Boo. Like
Now, if she
what?
have certain questions about things because of what the world got going on out here, and she might have heard something. My thing is how I run my household now might not be how somebody else run their household. So now your kid done heard something. Now they done told my kid. Now my kid coming to me like, Mom, I heard blah blah blah. And now I have
Keep
to
your ratchet ass
explain.
kids away from my kids.
I have to explain,
That's
but that's
all.
the thing. We can't bubble our kids in, so they gonna be exposed to stuff. But why are we trying to expose them so early? Like I said, it's giving me predator, it's giving me prey because of the fact that I feel like if you're writing a book that says girls can like girls and boys can like boys, therefore a man can walk up to your son on the like if somebody was to come on the playground and be like, hey little boy, I like boys too, and he get to touching your son's penis. Now the son gonna be like, oh, it's okay because I read a book that said boys can touch boys. So now your son is being molested because it's okay. So
And
it's giving predator.
It's
Yeah.
giving the basically giving it a green light, and I like that perspective that you just threw out there, because now, as much as we tell our kids to tell us and talk to us about everything, right?
Right.
Now they're reading the book. They have outside influences, right, that are telling them something other than what we're teaching them. And when that situation happens in real life, now they read a book, right, that goes against what we're telling them and what we believe in teaching them. There's gonna give them the idea and the notion that, okay, I don't need to tell my mom and my dad about this because this is okay.
Right.
Right.
And
You know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
point. That's why it's giving predator. Because why are you writing a book focused on children? Like I said, that book that I told you, the one that said the ABCs, that was a red book. That book was written for
You read
adults. And the author was like, he wrote it for adults because at the same time, even when kids get, let's say sexual, like you start having sex, I'm going to just say 16 up until 19, you still figuring stuff out. You know, shit, 16 through your 20s, for real, you still figuring stuff out. So therefore, he wrote a book for people that already decided that they are gay, and here it is to identify. Here goes some terms for you to understand what you in, if this is the community you in. Not he wrote a book for children to, hey, this is what you should be. That's the difference in the authors. One book is for adults that already are gay, and it's to help them identify things.
So
the other
his
book is
was
for
kind of
children.
like a self-guide to knowing who you
Exactly.
are and understanding as an adult. And then the other ones, they were just like, okay, let's teach the kids on how to do this
Exactly.
terminology.
Teaching them
Why are
terminology
we
and
teaching them
definitions.
that?
Because they don't need to know that.
My thing is, they don't need to know
It ain't
none of
like
that.
we not. If that's the
I don't
case,
even want my kid to know what sex means, like
Let alone-
what the act of sex is.
So-
I don't want them to know what
and that's
that
where
is till they
and
get
then some
10
people-
that's
some people
exactly
are
where I
gonna-
was
and
going.
over.
Some people are going
Like,
to have
what?
the argument that, oh, well, some kids that age are already exploring sex. And all
but
that.
why?
So,
What's going on in your household
again,
that your baby exploring sex?
So what we should
They
do
should
now,
only be exploring their bodies
What we should do
because
now is
they're
in-
learning themselves. So they
Exactly.
shouldn't be trying to explore sex. They shouldn't be trying to explore.
Because what you
"Let me
exposing your
touch
kids to
you
if they
and
in
you-"
3rd grade and they
What?
ready to have sex? Where are they at? What
My
they
point-
exposed to that
my
they ready to
point
have
was,
sex in 3rd
What we
grade?
should do now is encourage this by putting it in books and teaching them what this is and what that is, as opposed to telling them the consequences and why they shouldn't be doing that at that age.
Right.
Right.
That's the point.
That's the
That's
thing. It's
the
like why,
point.
that. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Like why
Like, why are we not telling
pushing
them?
it? Why are we
not
encouraging it?
Because my thing is, y'all gonna tell them about all of this stuff about sexuality, but you're not gonna tell them about STDs,
Right, we leaving out.
That's why I said
We
the
are leaving
consequences.
out
We're not
the
talking
main
about that.
pregnancies.
issues. Like we are leaving out. Not
We're
even
not gonna talk about
necessarily
that part,
issues.
though.
Yeah,
We're-
but like
we're
you said, the
encouraging-
consequences.
we're
We
encouraging
are
it.
giving them all this information without giving them the full perspective of everything. Because at the end of the day, with sex,
Thank
whether
you.
it's same sex or opposite, it's still STDs. It's still with the opposite, that's pregnancy. But then we got to talk about abortion. We got to talk about transsexual things or whatever. So now we got to talk about how you can cut your little wee wee off and get you a
And then on top of that, we gotta talk about the brutality, because just because the world is supposed to be loving, hugging the
have to give them
transgenders.
the whole
What about the
truth.
people that sit up there and
And
ridicule
gay
you
bash.
and make you feel bad
Yeah.
about yourself because you decided that
Or
I'm
try
gonna be
to
a boy
fight
and
you.
I'm a
You
woman,
know what I'm
or I'm a
saying?
woman, I want to be a man.
They're giving them like a romantic story of it, when at the end of the day,
Like, y'all
you got to
telling them
give
a
the
fairy
whole
tale, and that's
thing.
not what it is.
Right, because this isn't a fairy tale. This is real life. My thing is, y'all is encouraging them for them to be this way or whatever, when you just need to be teaching them regular ABCs. Okay?
Exactly.
Regular ABCs.
Can they
Teach
learn
them
how to
they
spell first?
sentences.
Can
Okay,
they learn
teach
how to
them,
actually spell
teach them
before
how to
they
write
have
their
to-
damn name.
My thing is,
Can they write their name
they
first?
still need permission to drink Kool-Aid, get cookies, but
No.
they can have
No,
the
they
whole.
don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, what I'm saying is, it seemed like
Like
for
children,
these people,
you need-
what I'm saying is, for these people, it seemed like they're giving their kids all
No,
free will.
I don't even think that. I really feel like all the people that's like, oh yeah, my baby can identify as a boy or a girl. I bet you my bottom dollar that they still are having to ask permission to get cookies and cake and Kool-Aid and juice.
My thing is, you
don't
giving them
wanna-
free
if-
will.
I don't want you to
The
write your
point that
sleeve.
she's making, right?
No, I hear her point.
No. I'm just saying just the kind of bring it home, to drive it down. Like,
You need permission
the
for that?
The kids,
But
you're
you don't
allowing the
need
kids to
permission for
make.
gender.
You're allowing the kids to make adult decisions.
You
but
are
they ain't
making
even developed
the
enough to
kids
make kid
the-
decisions.
Right, you
Okay.
are making the kids the parent. My thing is, as a parent, you have to put your foot down and you have to guide. You are there to be their guide. You are their first teacher before anybody else or whatever. And for two parents to sit down and write a story or whatever to teach kids the gay
They
BCs.
said, no. So the book about the gay BCs was written by a man. His name was Emmett.
No,
Webb.
I'm sorry.
But
It was
Jacob
the
wears
Jacob
a dress.
wears a dress.
His
And that was
book-
based on their kid, right?
That was based on their son, and their son now was 18 years old, and I'm quite sure that he's a homosexual. But at 5 years old, he wanted to wear a dress, and the mother allowed him. So that's what it say in the book. On the pictures, it say that. Like, I only was able to get a couple of pictures from it or whatever, but yeah, it literally, it started off, Jacob wears a dress, and the first page, he come home from school, and the mama asked him, how was school? And he like, oh, it was fine, but we played dress up at school, and I wanted to wear my dress, and the kids laughed at me. And instead of the mama saying, explaining to him the situation, she like, oh, that's okay, you're home now, go get the dress you wore for Halloween. And in my mind, I'm like, wait, you let your son wear a dress for Halloween? Like, that was okay. And the fact that they don't see anything wrong with that, it
People
just
are
boggles my mind.
Because at the end of the day, people are trying to keep up with this new age culture. This new culture is that way or whatever. So at the end of the day or whatever, just like, I want to say I was watching Love and Hip Hop or something like that, and they were talking about their son, Peter, and whichever one of them girls or whatever. He was talking about their son wanted to be a ladybug or something like that, and it was an issue or whatever. And the other baby mama like, you didn't let your son dress as a ladybug, and you're homophobic because you didn't let your son be a ladybug for Halloween. And my thing is, why does that make you homophobic? Just because you are not you're not gonna let your right? Because a ladybug, it's
That
a
don't even
lady
make sense.
bug. But then they was like, and a ladybug is really a male bug, and it's like, I hate it here.
I don't
Like,
like
I
books.
hate
I don't
it
like
here.
that. I don't like that
I
narrative
hate it
where
here.
they
I don't
where they've-
care what
where
it
they've
is.
weaponized.
I'm not gonna teach my kid to. I mean, it's just the thing is.
If I didn't want my son to dress up as a crackhead for Halloween, does that make me a crackophobe?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
crackophobic.
You're crackophobic.
If I didn't want my son to grow up and be a thief, does that make me a thievophobe?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if I don't let my daughter dress up to be a prostitute, I'm a prostitute phobic.
You're a hoophobe.
You a homophobe. Homophobe. That's the one.
Because y'all can't be sitting here in one light say, oh, it's okay to do this, and then in the other light, like, why would you let your kids do that? Make it make sense. It's okay for your kids
Like
to
I
do one thing
said,
but not the next.
as the parent, you have to be the guy, and you have to understand, and you have to have a good understanding of life and how crazy this world is turning. And like I said, I feel like it's something to do with population control, because at the end of the day, you can't procreate from
Yeah,
that.
they don't. I mean,
Miss Deborah said when we was in school, we were taught boys had cooties. We weren't taught sex until high school, and that's what I remember. I didn't get sexual education until I got to high school.
and that whole boys and girls.
Sexual education now starts at the 3rd grade,
and
it's weird.
even
like,
then,
it's weird.
if it didn't start at high school, then it might have started at 8th grade, because girls do start getting their periods at like 13.
So right, but that's 8th grade, so that's middle school. So you're still transitioning into high school. So you're transitioning from a little girl to a young lady or whatever. So this is the transitioning period.
And it's the time
that's where you're supposed to have that
conversations.
conversation.
Yeah,
And then so you have those rare situations where you have kids or whatever who get their stuff, like girls get their periods and stuff like that, or even boys, like they start experiencing different feelings earlier. But that's specific to that individual kid.
Exactly.
My thing is, I shouldn't have to worry about if I send my daughter to school or I send my son to school, and y'all gonna be sitting up in here teaching them about sexual education or
You can't
teaching
make this
them
a standard
the
or
gay,
normal.
the
Like-
gay BCs, the gay slang or whatever. Like, I just don't understand that. My thing is, I want to teach my kids that when it's time, like
Right. You don't get to.
I don't want you to
You don't
tell
get to
my
navigate
kids nothing.
when I parent and how I parent. That's the whole reason that they don't
Right.
talk about religion in schools, and it wasn't supposed to be no sex in schools because of that. Because therefore, you taking my parental right away from me. Let me determine when I want to tell my child what I want to tell my child. Because my thing is, what if it wasn't on TV all the time? It might not come up until she's 15, 16 years old and got to high school and experience something like, Mom, I went to school and somebody says he, she, they, at, and it's pronouns. What is that?
Now that she understand, now she's
Right.
understanding, can communicate.
But if you put
and
it
understand
in
what she's
if
saying.
you put it in a topic, and my baby at the ages 1 to 3, my baby can't even fully spell or comprehend. But I'm supposed to be able. They're supposed to understand that L is for lesbian.
I'm just trying to.
They don't even know the L is for fucking ladder.
Like, so you're learning at the time. You're learning the
He
ABCs,
was
right?
for
So
queer,
you
not
don't
queen.
you don't really know how to spell yet if you're learning the ABCs. So you
Okay.
want
This
me to
is what I'm
learn
saying.
sexuality
Teach
before
the baby
you even,
how to write his name or her name before you get to start talking to them about lesbian.
Like, let them learn the
gay.
real
About
aspects
sexuality.
of learning
They're not
before
old
you
enough to-
turn into sex. Why do I have to be
Would
sex
you-
so
Let
would
them
you
early?
learn
teach
the
it?
aspects of
Listen,
life,
would you-
cleaning up
I
the
was
house.
about to say, listen, would you put a 3-year-old to 5-year-old in driver's ed?
Hell no.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's the same exact point. Just like I'm not.
It's an adult shit.
And people
This
as
is adult shit.
heterosexual people, we not running around throwing condoms at people like, yeah, I had straight sex.
Yes,
I had
straight sex.
Like, nobody's doing that. So why is it that the LGBTQ has to yell it so loud from the mountaintop?
That's why I
'Cause
said,
they
why
proud.
is it?
If you're
what did I say-
comfortable in
what
it,
did
then
I
why
say
do it gotta be
earlier?
shouted
Why does
out?
it have to be pride in sexuality? Like, why does it even public? Let alone being proud about it. Like when I was coming up, who you was fucking, how much money you made, and who you voted for was all private information. And now it's
but wait,
everybody's
But in
But
business.
wait,
high school,
I do
but
remember-
in high school for boys, it was like a thing.
a
Like,
stigma.
boys was
It was
trying
a
to
stigma
hit
against
everything that moved. That
Yeah.
made sense to me. But why is it in children at these young ages are we trying to teach them sex so early on? Like, can they be kids? Let them. I did hopscotch. I did jump rope. I wrote sidewalk chalk. I wrote on the wall and ran from my mama when I was about to get my ass whooped for writing on the
There
wall.
was
Like, can we do that
Remember
stuff?
the parental stickers that was on everything that separated shit from me and kids, shit
Parental
to adult shit?
advisory.
Yes.
And now it's like, dude, we're blurring the lines on that.
Like,
there's no parental
you
sticker
can't
on
say
anything
kids
right
are
now.
adults and then it comes to the point where they
You're
do
giving
a
these
crime
kids
and now it's like, oh,
adult
they're adults.
You're
Like,
giving
when
them
they do
adult
crimes,
choices.
you charge them as a juvenile because they aren't old enough to make the wise decisions. That's why they're charged as a juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that they aren't old enough to make a wise decision when they do a crime, but they're old enough to pick
choose
a
their
sexual
sexuality.
preference
Yeah.
as a child?
I mean, and it's everywhere now. Like, it's on doctor, like you filling out doctor registration forms, and they ask
I've
you
been
your
drinking.
pronoun.
I've
They
been
ask you
drinking.
your pronouns. They ask you your sexual preference. They ask you all of that. I remember when I used to work at the doctor's office, we wrote that out. I passed it to an older lady. I want to say this patient was like 67 years old, and I said, "Ma'am, you got to fill in all this new information or whatever." And it said pronouns, sexual preference, and then it had you to circle he, she,
She
they,
didn't know what
them.
none of that shit
And
is,
then
right.
so she said, "Baby, I filled that out." And then I said, "No, you got to fill out this right here." And then she was like, "Baby, I am a girl and I don't like sex. I don't do shit. I am 67." And she was going on me, and I'm like, "It's not me. It's
And it's
them.
crazy because they
It's the
gotta
paperwork."
incorporate
She
that.
was
so they-
basically, she was offended
said-
and she had to
But she didn't
disclose
even-
this
And
information.
she
Exactly.
literally said, she said, "I've been a motherfucking woman for
67
67 years.
So why do I gotta do all this extra
Like,
shit?
why
I
do I
gotta
have to do?
identify
Why do
it
I
on
have
paper
to?
now.
Why do I have to prove to y'all now?"
So now they want to be included so much that it's so.
It's offending
What,
people that's
what
normal.
happens when it offends? So
want
y'all want
it
it to be
normal.
included, so
They
y'all
want
wouldn't be
it to be
offended.
normal.
So what happens when it offends the people that don't want to have to ask for these type of questions? Y'all don't care about that.
Or it offends the people who don't want to live around it, like who people that don't agree with the transgenders being going to the same bathroom. Like,
no, I don't get. The only reason I don't agree with that, 'cause I know where you was about to go with that, the bathrooms. Because my thing is, I have a daughter, and she's 10 years old, and if I ever, but when I go to the bathroom, we at a restaurant anywhere, I go with her to the bathroom. But my thing is, if I'm ever anywhere and I see a grown ass man, woman, I don't give a fuck what you want to call yourself, walk in the bathroom behind my daughter, I'm on tip. I don't care because what is you doing in here? It's a little girl in here with her vagina out, and you in here with your penis out. Make it make sense.
Period. And I don't even say that word, but period.
I don't even have the you said it for me. Thank you for
I'm
saying
on
period.
Tip.
But
I was at Applebee's
Lord.
the night before last, and I went to the bathroom. Amore had to go to the bathroom, so I got up and went to the bathroom with Amore. When I was coming out the bathroom with Amore, it was a little girl. She ran around the table, and she ran into the bathroom. And it was a man that jumped up off the bar stool. And he was going like in the same direction. I stopped dead in my tracks because for one, nobody was with the little girl.
He looked like he was going towards the bathroom.
I didn't know what dog was on, but I was on tip because I feel like I'm everybody. In that moment, I'm everybody's mama.
Your spidey senses was.
So I just stopped. I stopped dead in my tracks and I watched him to see what he was about to do. And he peeped me watching him because at first I was like walking and I was looking at him out my peripheral and I saw him and I turned around to acknowledge so he could see me see him. And he went on out the door. But my first thought was like, I know you're not about to follow that baby to the bathroom. I know that's not what you're doing. But I was on tip. I just went into mama mode. Like, because if that was my child and somebody saw something, I want them to say something too.
And where did you say you was at?
I was at Applebee's.
Applebee's, what city?
I was on the east side.
So what's that like?
I should have never
I'm trying to, man,
I was on 12 Mile in Van Dyke.
What's that, Roseville?
That's Warren.
That's Warren. I don't know, y'all. East side streets, east side
but the baby was
Stop twisting your mouth up like
that.
The baby was she was an African American baby, and the guy he was a Caucasian. And I'm not saying that because he was Caucasian, it was creepy. I just felt like it was. I don't give. That man could have been purple trying to walk in the bathroom with her, and I still would have been on tip.
Yeah, I mean because it's.
Because why is Barney in the bathroom?
How many instances have we seen on the news?
Don't love you
right
now.
How many instances have we seen on the news where some creepy motherfucker has exposed himself to some child or a woman, right, for that matter, in public somewhere, right?
I live in the city, and I be proud of my city, but I do live in the city. I did have an experience. I was somewhere and there was a man outside ejaculating in the open. Yeah. And
I can believe it.
He was just outside.
Was it on the east side?
No, I was on the west side actually. And I was me and a friend
west side.
We were sitting we were sitting at the car and we was talking and the guy was over there and he was like touching him. First he was just standing there in the shadows and it was kind of I was already on tip because he was in the shadows anyway. And then next thing I know, he done whipped out his member and got to go on to work.
Not the member. Not the member.
We're on the air, so I didn't know what to call it. So, and he started.
He whipped out his meat, big meat.
So I don't know about.
Ran a ratchet.
I don't know about none of that.
Oh, it wasn't big. He whipped out his little meat.
Quiet.
So was it like a chicken dinner?
I can't stand
chicken tender dinner.
I'm never gonna eat chicken tenders again. I'm never gonna eat chicken. She just ruined chicken tenders for all of us.
I'm just asking a question.
But he did start ejaculating out in the open, and I was so offended. And my first thought was that I was happy that my daughter wasn't with me where I was at, because I could have just been walking in and out of a door, and here you is decided to whip out. And the crazy part about it is,
and if I had whipped out my gun because I was indecent exposure and I felt threatened, my life was in danger.
So let me finish my story because I did it the right way. I did call the police and reported him. Now, mind you, I called the police when it first happened. The police did not show up for 2 hours. Mind you, the police station was around the corner from the location I was at.
Because, ma'am, that is not an emergency. They feel like, ma'am, you seen one, you seen them all. That's probably what they was thinking on the phone.
But my thing is, how you know that if he out there? But my thing is, if he is out there and if he got that much balls to whip out his member and touch himself, then how you know he ain't out there about to rape somebody? And it's women and children that go in them buildings all the time. So what determines if he just touching himself or if he decided that I'm getting started because I'm about to rape somebody? Ugh. So why you not in a hurry to get here? And then when they got there,
how about there is a thing called indecent exposure that's against the law? I mean,
and so when the police arrived, they did apologize, like, "Oh, I'm sorry it took so long." and da 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 da. I say, don't worry about it. Next time I'm gonna just shoot him, and I'm gonna call y'all after the body drop. And they just looked at me so blank. Like, yeah, you can't say that. I'm like, well, what you want me to say? Because y'all are supposed to protect and serve. I called y'all to protect me. I don't feel like y'all protecting
He
me.
whipped
So
out
next
his
time,
member, so I thought he
when
was
the body
gonna
drop,
sexually
call y'all
harass
after the
me.
body drop, right?
Because here's the thing,
I thought he
right?
was gonna sexually harass me, so
See?
I shot him.
See?
I felt in
And
danger
you know
for
what?
my life.
Now you might have a case there.
Because
in any
that's what
event
they
that you are
say.
protecting yourself from imminent danger, which means danger that you can't
I
prevent.
thought I was gonna be raped.
Great bodily harm,
He pulled
rape
his member
or death.
out and then he reached towards me. So
Yeah,
then
you
I
did,
reached
yeah.
out and grabbed my gun because you know.
And
He
Bertha
pulled
let
his-
it. And
he
Bertha
pulled his
let it
thing out and
go.
ran towards me and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And Big Bertha put him down.
Yep.
He pulled out his pistol and ran toward me, so I pulled out my pistol. And
We
my
both
Glock-
we both
my
had our
Glock-
Glocks out.
My Glock handled that. Okay, it handled that. Cause why is you out here like that with this little shrimp? Not. Who wanna see
It's
that?
crazy to me. I just feel like let me run through these comments and see what y'all feeling like. I
How
feel
y'all
like
feeling?
do y'all feel like it's too much? And I'm not even talking about. Let me not make y'all think that I'm just talking about gay sex because that's not where
They
I'm
just
going
have
with
too
this.
much sex on these kids.
I just feel like it's too much. Like that's all it
It's
is now.
surrounding
just-
them.
You can get sex from anywhere, anytime, for nothing. I literally can. If I made a post right now like who want to have sex, I'm gonna have 5,000 comments.
Yes. And that's
Definitely,
true.
you will.
And my thing is,
Why are you looking like that?
Like what?
Like, yes, she will. Why you say it like that?
Because she
You was
would-
gonna be in the comments.
I knew he was gonna hit you with that noise.
I
I knew he was gonna hit you with
damn,
that
because
noise.
I was trying to understand why he was looking like that.
Because it seemed like it's everywhere. It's too available. And I just remember as me being a child, it was more so sheltered. Like sex wasn't just all rah rah. It was no matter if it was homosexual sex or heterosexual sex, it just wasn't up in my face as much as it is nowadays. And now with me being a mother and a parent of a child, don't put me in a position to have to explain something that I might not be ready to talk about. Now it's like, oh, you better get ready. But why do I have to get ready?
Even like, okay, as far as TikTok was started for the kids. The adults done went motherfucking crazy.
They now have a
And
kids TikTok because TikTok is so grown.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. They own there teaching kids so much different things. It's so much you have to censor your kids from because they are literally poison. I want to say poison for sure. Their minds with this, like this is how life works. You know what I mean? And giving them all these grown ass choices. My thing is, again, I'm gonna keep saying this shit. You are the parent. You are the guy. You are the reason. You are the voice of reason. Your kid should not have that much motherfucking power to choose a gender, to choose if, they want to learn about lesbian and queer and leave that up for when they get to the point of life where they're like 15, 16, 17, that age group.
Old enough to even
Old
think
enough
about
to
sex.
completely understand the whole
The pros and
dynamic.
cons of
And
the
my
whole-
thing is, my 4-year-old can't understand that. My 4-year-old can't write their name well. So therefore, why are we teaching? Oh yeah, wear that dress. No.
Yeah, that ain't
and
making
then they
sense to
say
me.
stuff like, well, why do they say dresses are just for women?
Because who
And
else they made them for?
and then they say, don't put gender roles on it. Take the gender, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take
But-
the gender
and
roles
you
out
know
of
what?
things.
I'm
But
about
my
to-
thing is, it is gender specific.
I'm about to piss
I don't
some
care what
people
y'all
off.
talking about. Everything is a fucking. I don't care.
I'm
Majority of
I'm
things
about
are
to piss
gender
y'all off
fucking
because y'all
specific.
run to the Bible for every motherfucking thing else. Y'all run to the Bible for everything else. Y'all run to that Bible. That Bible
Where
ain't
it
say
say in the
Adam and
Bible do
Steve.
that?
That Bible ain't
Where
say
did
Eve
the-
and Abigail.
Where did the Bible say cut your penis off and get a coochie cat?
They demolished Sodom and Gomorrah because they was all gay in that place. That's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, right? But y'all run to that Bible and thump that motherfucker. Anytime somebody shake a little ass, show a little titty, wop come out. But as soon as it's some sexual preference with some
Listen.
children, it's like, oh, let them teach the kids that. Why? Where that Bible go? Because where is that at?
It was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Not even Abigail either.
Yeah.
Because two things of the same sex can't procreate, and the whole purpose of life is to procreate. That's what you're here
Again.
for. That's why women have wombs and men have semen, so they can make a life.
And I made 5.
Oh, girl.
I've been busy. Fruitful and multiply. Fruitful and
Getting the
multiply.
club shot up.
You in my motherfucking business again.
Why would
On air? On air? You
You said 5K. I'm just
he
saying.
did not just put the shooting.
You were supposed to drop me some hand claps or some shit. Like, I'm a great mom.
But
and
you
all
are,
this
though.
shit.
But you are.
But you talking about shoot the
That was the
club
random
up.
ratchetness.
Shoot the club.
He
up.
definitely.
Okay,
club
all right. I'm
up.
gonna turn my random
the
ratchetness
club
off.
up.
Yeah, you turn your shit off.
I thought we was being random ratchet for a moment.
We definitely just a ratchet.
You had to get
Sunday.
ratchet to make the 5 babies, bitch.
Don't tell these people my motherfucking business now. They don't need to know my business. But you know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Listen, and I got twins too. That was a double.
You
he
know what you
circled
gotta
the
do to
block.
make twins.
He circled the block.
You know what you gotta do to make twins.
This wine is hitting. Y'all see?
I done had 2
Is that what it is?
refills.
Is that what it is? It's the wine,
Because
huh?
we random and ratchet today. We got some hella energy for you, but we random and ratchet all day
is.
today. But stop putting the sex on the kids to get back to the
Yeah, 'cause
topic. You
at the-
see how
at
I
the-
had to do that?
At the main point.
Because
like,
I am a professional.
first of all, we are mothers first and randomly ratchet right after that.
Listen. I'm a lady first and the real nigga second. No, I'm a mother first. No, I'm a lady first.
Look, she don't even know what it is.
I
She
don't know
even
what I am.
What are your pronouns?
Let me see my pronouns. So these are my pronouns. So I'm a lady first, and then I'm a mother second, and then I'm a real nigga third. Cause I keep the Glock on me. Cause these niggas be see. I would have shot bro. He's talking about my club getting shot up, but you know, I shot back.
They got them twins, bitch.
Damn.
When you
That's
shoot,
how I got the
you shot back.
I shot back. I shot back. I was posed. I was ready. This has been a randomly ratchet show.
This have, but we did hit some real stuff. We talked about some real issues. We reading comments. If y'all got something to say,
Okay,
we are
right. Drop some
to
good
answer
comments.
questions.
Like, cause
How do y'all
listen.
feel about this? Are
How
y'all
y'all feel about the
parents?
real stuff we
Do
was
y'all
talking
have
about?
children? Do y'all feel like this is?
And don't comment on my club getting shot because the club shut down. The club got shut down. I can't even reopen it. It's just like, what's that? All Stars. You can't even reopen that bitch. It's down.
They didn't close the
Over.
open that so many times.
No, it's over. They ain't even reopening
No,
because they
it's
caught the
over.
little 14-year-old
Yeah,
in
they
there
was
dancing.
wrong for that.
Lord. See?
Sexualizing
See,
children.
there you go.
See? I'm always making points. See what I'm saying?
Sexualizing
Good segue.
children.
Good
Segue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sexualizing these kids. What y'all got to say? Cause Deborah, where Deborah at? Because she been the one talking.
Deborah
her
been
stuff.
chiming in the whole
She,
time.
hey, girl, what's
Well, I
going
put the call
on?
in line up there just in case.
And we got the call-in line. So
Y'all want to call
chime
in
in.
and talk to us?
313-723-0481.
Call us real quick. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to hear about
Pick
how
up
they
the
sexualizing these. Listen,
Pick up
I
the
can make you
phone.
put your phone down.
No,
down,
we want them
down,
to pick the
down,
phone
down.
up.
Oh, you right. I was Erica Badu real quick. You know. So y'all ain't gonna call and talk to us? Okay.
Give it a minute. I don't.
Let the phone ring. Pick up
I
the
couldn't
phone.
think of the number.
The phone. No,
Listen,
I
it's Mike
feel
Jones.
like this
How he
is-
used to listen? Mike Jones. Remember, he used to get his number out 81331. What? How was it? How
What was
damn,
it?
how was
810 something.
It was a long ass number,
It
and I
was.
called it one time, and it picked up. It was like a damn voicemail talking about, "Hey, this Mike Jones, nigga, no, pick up the phone. You said you answer,
He said call this number for it to go to voicemail.
girl." Okay,
But we not gonna sing
Call
our
me
voicemail.
back.
We gonna answer.
Mike Jones ain't called me back. That was 10 years ago, motherfucker.
Deborah said, "I'm here." We know, Deborah. We know you there. You've been here the whole show.
you been
Shout
here
out
the
to
whole-
Deborah.
Shout out. Okay, and she been saying some good stuff in these comments. Hold on, let me open my eyes and read them. I ain't got my glasses on, y'all. Y'all know I normally got my glasses on. I got my lashes on.
Because it don't make sense. I
feel
feel,
like
like enough
These
people don't
is magical
speak up.
winks, though. I found
Period.
them in the bottom of my page.
Period. Magical Wink lashes. Get into
Look,
it.
get into it.
The lashes still $8. Go to magicalwink.com.
Let me blink.
I literally
Let
sent
me
orders
blink.
out this morning.
Let me blink. Let me blink. Listen,
But seriously, I feel like you can't target children and call it something else. Like, oh, we're not targeting children. That's what it looked like. It looked like you're targeting
it
children.
sounds very predatorial.
And then when you make
we do
kids think
not
it's okay to
condone
associate with
that.
the same sex, you open the door. So say to people that's addressing the fact that it's okay for kids to have a sexual preference. Say y'all not predators, but now you're opening the door for predators to be like, oh, it's okay for us to like each other. It's okay for me to it's okay for me to touch you. Because
You know
Because
what?
I'm
Here's
a
the
boy
thing.
and you're a boy.
Here's the thing, right? The reason why they're
I'm a girl and you're a
the reason
girl.
why they're pushing this to the forefront like they are is because they're trying to introduce pedophilia as a sexual preference.
And I seen this somewhere. I read an article and
We
I
are
said
never
that is
normalizing pedophilia.
How
They're
can
trying
you?
to.
How can you?
You would have said that about.
normalize-
You would have said that about homosexuality 20 years ago.
Right.
It wouldn't have been normal and pushing.
Listen,
you see what I'm saying?
I can't lie. Like, I want to say I was in the 7th grade or whatever, and it's this girl. She was my homegirl or whatever, but I just felt it, knew it. She was gay or whatever, but she would not come out the closet or whatever. And I want to say it's because it's like being gay was like, because when we all got together and talked about it, being gay was like being like a sickness, you know what I'm saying, back then.
Taboo.
And the thing
So-
is, gay been around for a long time. So
It has.
let's not act like it hasn't been
But-
around.
Yeah,
it just
that's
hasn't
not-
been
yeah,
so
right.
forefront
Right.
and rah-rah in your face.
But mind you, okay, so in 7th grade, we have like gym and then locker rooms, and you got to change, and then we're all girls. We changing in front of each other, whatever. So now we're like getting this hint, like she may be gay. So now we like staying away from her because we like, oh, gay, that's like disease. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But then
Like it
as you
might
grow
rub off
up,
on you or
like it's
something.
right. If
And
she's
that's the
gay,
thing.
then she's gonna make me gay because she's gay. Like, if
And
she
that's
talks
not
to
how
me.
it works.
But that's not how it works.
At all.
But the way that y'all setting up this sexualization for children to teach them stuff at a young age is like you're programming them to be gay. And my thing
Right.
is, let them just be kids. They don't have to have no sexual. I'm not even saying let them be heterosexual. I'm just saying let them
Right.
be kids.
Let them kids be kids because
let them just be
don't
children.
program them. No way. My thing, it shouldn't be no gay BCs, period. It shouldn't be none of that. It shouldn't be, your son wore a dress, so now you're cool with that. No, you should put your kids in a position to, once they get older, they can now make these type of decisions or whatever.
If they don't
but
got
as
the brain
they
power to-
are young, you have to guide them. You have to. I don't care who you are. You have to guide them.
My thing is, it ain't even the fact that if these children don't have the mind frame to have a limit on their sweets or their juice intake, then how are you gonna put them in a position to have a mind frame to pick what their sexual preference is at a young age? One don't
Like,
make sense.
It's like
You can't have one not the
anything.
other.
Hey, T-Boz, girl.
Anything a
She
kid
always
should not
on
be
here.
She
always
just
on
said,
here.
hey.
T-Bot. Everybody say that about
She
T-Bot.
always on here.
Oh, hey,
she
Auntie,
is
you was
loyal.
watching, girl. What's going on? That's that
Kids shouldn't be
BCO,
inserted
girl.
into anything that's adults. Any adult type of activity. Kids shouldn't be. We're not teaching kids how to drink beer, how to smoke weed, how to drive cars. You know what I mean? Anything that's adult content.
So
or
Deborah said, hold on.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Deborah said they are setting our children up to make it okay for these pedophiles to touch them. Elites, congressmen, women, actors, actresses,
Yeah, you already
millionaires.
know
They
that
are
they
all
got
a
in
part
trouble
of
for
it.
being in that sex ring. A lot of that, Epstein and all them, he died all of a sudden, but dog was freaky.
I don't think he did. I think he faked his death.
Dog ain't die all
I
of a
think they
sudden.
faked his death. I mean, he
He
already
probably
was a
knows too
billionaire.
much.
He was already a billionaire with his own fucking island.
Right,
okay?
and on
He
that
had-
island,
And
on
if
the
he had
island.
enough,
Freaky shit
if
went
he
down
had
on that
enough,
island.
and if he had enough money and enough secrecy to get away with all of the things that he got away with the people that he got away with them with for as long as he got away with
Trump
them
was
for,
a part of it too. Don't
Okay.
never forget that, y'all. That was their president.
if he got away with what he got away with for as long as he did, where he got away with it at his own island, and then he just pop up dead. Come on, man.
Now he popped up dead.
yeah, he did.
I know. I'm saying like just pop up
Come on,
dead. No, he definitely hiding somewhere. Millions. And
Deborah said
billions.
he on that island for sure.
He on the island,
Not at all.
and he ain't.
He not dead.
And he ain't.
So what's y'all final thoughts for the show while y'all about to go to sleep on it?
We
Who
not
was about to go to
I'm
sleep?
talking.
We was reading
We
Deborah
is live. We
comments.
in here.
Like what?
If it comments on
we
YouTube,
is
because we
sitting
not on
here-
YouTube.
Yeah, a couple of people saying good point, asking what you sipping, but we've said
We
Oh, we
sipping
sipping
inner city,
Inner
Inner Circle
Circle
Winery.
Winery.
I am gonna be on the commercial like this. Inner
Not
Circle
drunk, though.
Winery. It will get
And
you where
the
you
flavor
need
that
to
we
be.
sipping is summer rose. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I feel nice.
Listen, Inner Circle
Real nice. You want a
Winery
refill?
will
I
get
really
you
do. I do,
to the
actually.
point you need to be. See, I got a whole slogan for sis. Tell sis, call me boo. We gonna talk about this commercial.
She need one. We need to put it out there. Catch a vibe and some wine. Period.
We catching the
Whoa.
vibe. This is randomly ratchet as hell. Like I walked into this. They was already on this, and I was just like, oh my god.
He was
good
like, we could try the
job."
wine today. I say less.
Say
This
less.
is my third cup.
This is number 4, 5.
So yeah, if any business owners that got like if we got some black owned or Detroit based wineries or liquor dispensaries. You know what I mean? Liquor makers, if you want to call it that.
Not liquor makers.
People who have any kind of food, caterers. Y'all like the food. Y'all like to eat, right?
Oh yes, if you cook some good food and you want us to promote your good food,
how about this?
We are here on Sundays, 4 to 5.
No. People who have like I don't even want to say it no more.
We gonna eat your food on air. Tell people how good it is. Now look, if your food nasty, don't be bringing that stuff to the studio telling us to promote it, because we gonna eat your food on air.
Like mama spaghetti.
And if it's not good, we not gonna be on here telling people that it is, unless you're gonna pay us a little extra on the side to tell people that it is.
Because if you do that, we got your back.
Now if you're gonna throw us if you're gonna pay for our studio time for the next month to tell us that the food good, if it's not good, we got you.
Listen, we sending you customers. We gonna buy to them so good.
DM me if your food really not that good, but you need some customers.
But you need some customers. We got you, bro. We got some people.
The views and opinions.
The views and opinions of Her Vibes show is not the views and opinions of 7 Radio.
Y'all don't know me that damn good, okay?
It's not the views and opinions
Y'all
of
don't know
7
me that
Radio. Nigga, but he was sitting there with the blunt. This is not the views of 7 Radio.
Shantanique said they trying to give kids adult rights to push the parents away. Kids are easier to control for the future, and that's true. I agree with that, because they feel
good point, Shanny girl. I just gave her a little nickname.
She's like, don't call me that.
Listen, I
like
just renamed my friend, look, Big Booty Lil Judy. So listen, and this is a new friend. So everybody gets a nickname around me. Everybody eats B, and everybody gets some from nickname B. Okay?
Yes, it would be
scared
dope.
to ask.
We would be. Shantanique said it would be dope
right
to eat food live.
No, you in my business
Let me call
again.
your phone and see what my name
you
pops.
in my business again.
It would.
Yes,
And I know I was talking and joking, but I'm so serious. If you do have a brand and you need more customers, you need a platform for people to know what you got going on, reach out to Her Vibes to make sure that you go to our page.
We can do a 30-second commercial. We can get you on our website page, as a sponsor. We can have your logo linked to your website as well, so they can go from our page and then find your page and they can shop. That's the way we do it with BCO. We have a couple more sponsors in the works coming up. So yeah, any business owners, seriously guys, reach out to us or whatever, and we can definitely promote your brand. Shoot a commercial here. 7 Mile Radio, Her Vibes. We got you. Yeah. We got you.
And people pay attention to us, literally. And I'm gonna
we
share
cute.
this. I'm gonna share this with y'all just because
we ain't cute. We fine.
I did have a moment. I had a fangirl moment yesterday, not because I was a fan, but because I walked into an event that I was attending, and people started recognizing the podcast. Like, oh my God, you did a podcast! Y'all is so dope. I like what y'all talk about. Like, we never are ignoring the support like that. That's like the best feeling for us, to know that people actually pay attention to us, actually tuning in, actually listening, actually reposting, sharing, telling somebody to tell somebody, because we come on here and we talk to y'all because we talk about things that we would think y'all would want to listen to.
Right. We talk about issues, and that's another thing. Y'all can actually drop in the comments now or whatever, who's still watching. Y'all can drop in the comments what y'all want us to, I guess, expound on in the coming shows or whatever. And we're going to pick, one of the best topics or whatever, and we're going to just, go vibe off that. So, you can also do that, because we want to be very inclusive with our audience.
Yeah.
Because y'all, without
because if nobody is watching this, we don't have no show.
We ain't got nothing to talk about, and we got something to talk about, but we ain't got no show. We don't have no viewership.
We
appreciate
don't have
y'all
no
for
show
coming.
without no audience.
We appreciate y'all coming every Sunday, even when we late. We a little late today.
And then after we go off the air, I want y'all to make sure that y'all share this link so that other people can see the show.
And also go visit our show page. We got merchandise on there. We got shot glasses on there. We
if
got
you
some
just want to
leggings.
donate, it's a donate button at the top of the screen.
We got t-shirts that say Her Vibes, because we is a vibe. Like, we
Catch
have
a
the
vibe.
link to BCO. That I'm a brand ambassador for that brand, and she has cute stuff. She has the cute little spring line coming. Y'all see me? I be cute all the time. Stop playing. We got magical wink on the lashes. Okay, because let me wink. Let me blink.
Get your lashes.
Get your lashes.
I do got new stuff coming for spring. Spring is around the corner. I do got
And
some
she
stuff coming.
She installed the lashes.
But right now, all
She the
lashes are on
applicator.
sale for $8. Every lash on my site is on sale for $8 while supplies last, because
And she got t-shirts. And she got accessories. Damn, I wish I had that purse with me.
I'm moving stuff out to move in my spring stuff. So y'all make sure y'all go
So
shop.
I was real cute. Y'all should go. I'm gonna make my picture public. I was Cinderella Coachella yesterday. It
And
was
she
beautiful.
was. And she had my purse
And I had on
on.
her purse. And I just had a great weekend, you guys. Oh yeah, he hit the timer on me. He said,
You're not supposed to tell people that.
I don't care. I'm gonna always tell them. Like, we're gonna keep everything else a secret, but I'm gonna tell them that part. 'Cause I can't stand it.
All right, y'all. So we are about to wrap it
We're
up.
about to wrap this up.
I'm about to give y'all healing energy to get y'all through the week.
Cause you know you need that. Cause
Because
this
you need that.
This been a randomly ratchet show. So you need some healing energy to balance out the day.
You need healing energy to balance out the day. To get you through the week. Sometimes I post a lot of motivational stuff on my page, and sometimes it's for me, and I feel like somebody else need to hear it.
Likewise. Yep. I may be a little crazy, a lot of ratchet here and there, but I'm very motivational and inspirational. Because the highest act in human life is to inspire. Nipsey Hussle said that.
Period. Okay.
Cool.
So our healing energy for today is. I really come up with this.
Come on,
I know
sis.
it take me a minute to get it out because I'm literally coming up with it on the spot. I don't got this wrote down. I ain't Googled nothing. This is coming from me.
It's
So
coming from the heart.
my heart.
Magical wing. Drop it, diva. Drop it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Gotta
We
get
need
the
that.
emotion on you.
Boom.
Give me a minute.
Come on, let's do it.
Okay. Inner Circle Winery. This is your fault.
This is the one. This is the one.
Okay, so our healing energy to get you through the week is to not procrastinate. Procrastination can be a disease that stops you from getting to your goal. Make sure that you're assertive in all of your actions.
A little aggressive too. You need to be aggressive somewhere, somehow.
Period.
Get to the bag.
Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is a disease. Make sure that you're assertive and making it to your goals. That's our healing energy for today.
And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And shout out one more time to Inner Circle Winery.
And make sure when y'all log off that you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to catch a vibe.
And
Really.
shout out to our sponsors, BCO Apparel, go shop. Shout out to Magical Wink, go
Period, go
shop.
shop.
Please. And shout out to 1115. Like, y'all.
Y'all. Hey, it's Diva, and I'm just here to let you know to make sure that you shop magicalwink.com, which is a mink lash and women's accessory online store. You can also follow us on Instagram at Magical Wink, and you can also follow us on Facebook at Magical Wink. You're here with H.E.R.R and
Shanithia Brooks.
and we're wearing Bossy Chicks Only. And where can you get it from?
On Instagram, BCO Apparel, Facebook, Bossy Chicks Only. If you want to get in with this vibe from Her Vibes,
Shop
you will shop
Bossy Chicks Only.
And they have women apparel, men's apparel, and something coming for the kids. And the springtime is coming, so you want to get fly like us. Catch the vibe.
Catch a vibe.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.